So here are the ingredients we'll need. Some ground allspice, pure vanilla extract, and some cinnamon. Also some pure cane sugar. And we'll also need a bag of frozen mixed berries. The ones that do not have any sugar added, since we will be adding sugar later on. You'll need a large enough mixing bowl because that's where we will mix the berries with the ingredients. A spoon or something to scoop out the sugar. A baking dish. And as you see, it's very easy to make since we are using frozen berries. You don't need a thaw. You just pour the frozen mixed berries into your mixing bowl. In this case, I'm using 2 of the small frozen bags. But if you're making a smaller or bigger batch, you do accordingly. I love blueberries, therefore I am using an extra bag of frozen blueberries. You can also do the same by substituting or adding whatever your favorite berries are. I'm gonna now use some vanilla extract. I really do eyeball it, but I would say I used about a teaspoon to a tablespoon, depending on how big the batch you're making. You don't want to overdo it, otherwise it's going to be too much of a powerful taste and it won't be very good. Now I'm getting the allspice, which includes which is ready, ideal for baking, as many of you will know. It has cinnamon, clove, and basically I'm also just eyeballing it. I would say I used probably a teaspoon and a half. And I'm also adding extra cinnamon, even though the allspice already contains some cinnamon. I like it, so I'm adding a little extra amount of cinnamon to the berries. Now with the pure brown sugar, I am putting about, that was a 1/4 cup. I do put a good decent amount of sugar since the berries have no sugar added, and they do tend to be a little bit on the more bitter side, not too sweet, not bitter but more tart. Therefore I do add a good amount of sugar. This depends on your flavor, on your taste buds actually. I don't put too much, also because we will be serving it with some ice cream, so we don't want to overpower it. We will mix all the ingredients very well to try to get all the berries coated. And now I have my baking dish and some Pam for baking nonstick spray in buttered flavor, and we're gonna just pour the berries inside to that baking dish. Also, this would be a good time to start heating up your ovens. I put mine at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which we will let it heat for or bake for about 20 to 30 minutes depending. So let's make sure we disperse an even amount of berries all around the baking dish. I like to leave my strawberries like that whole. You can cut them, slice them, make them thinner if you'd like. I'm also going to use some Pillsbury sugar cookie dough. And as you can see, it's just plain sugar cookie, no chocolate, no anything added. And we're just going to crumble that on top of our mixed berries. And this can be done with your hands or scoop with a scooper, whatever you like, but I like more with my hands since it'll give me more control over how much I crumble and how big or thick my pieces will be. And I don't go for a uniform size. I let them just be however they fall. I like it to be some bigger, more thicker areas and areas with a little bit more thinner amount of cookie dough, simply because it gives me a more variety in texture. Some will be more chewy, some areas, and other areas of the cobbler will be more crunchy. So there we go. We just evenly put the cookie dough all over the berries, and when they cook they will expand, so they'll be basically good coverage, but you could add more cookies dough if you'd like, or less, depending on what you like. This is the final result. As you can see, the browner areas of the dough are the areas that are more crunchy, and the lighter color areas of the dough are more of that chewy, gooey texture. And as you can see, the berries do release a lot of liquid, so it's nice ooey gooey dessert that it's perfect to eat on a hot summer day with a scoop of very cold vanilla ice cream on top or on the side of this hot or cold, depending on what you like, berry cobbler. Well, I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll leave some pictures of how it is that I served it with ice cream, and you guys can have this dessert any time of the year.